And welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show on our continued journey to 500,000 subscribers. Please help me to build this community. Help me to get the conversation going. Hit subscribe, watch, comment, and share with family and friends because the chaos, the stupidity, the nonsense, it's not stopping. Not today and not tomorrow. But today, before beginning his summit with EU leaders and, of course, President Zelensky, Trump was caught on a hot mic. You would think somebody clips a mic to you, how about just be careful, knowing that you got into trouble that once before with Billy Bush on that one? Here, on the hot mic, Trump was saying that as crazy as it sounds, he thinks that Zelensky wants to make a deal. Play the clip.
I think he wants to make a deal for me. You understand that? As crazy as it sounds. Here, sit down. Sit down, everybody.
Okay.
I think we'll let.
Appears that he was talking to Macron. Meanwhile, today, I've said this before and I'm going to say it again, may be one of the most important days in history regarding Ukraine and Russia. And of course, the other day, I was thinking about this, discussed it on Mea Culpa, where I was speaking with Army veteran Marcus Flowers to unpack why Trump keeps falling for Putin's hollow promises time and time again. Play the clip.
I mean, Michael, we've seen this before, brother. I mean, what is it? Helsinki 2016. Trump goes in and sides with Putin against our entire intelligence apparatus when Putin said, "Oh, I didn't have anything to do with the emails or anything or hacking," Clinton and putting all that out. And he's like, "Oh, I don't see why it would be him." So it's another one of those. He's shown us who he is time and time again. He's shown us that he'll bow down and kiss Putin's ring over our allies in NATO and our allies all over the world. I mean, it's him and Putin. He wants to be a dictator. He wants to do what Putin does. So again, we've seen this time and time again. And I've said it before. When it comes to Trump up against Putin, I mean, it's like a 14-year-old dating a hooker. He's just outmatched. He doesn't have a chance. Doesn't stand a chance. I mean, it's
to be fair though, Marcus, Putin, according to Trump, he said it very strongly. It was said very strongly.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
I mean, Putin said strongly that he had nothing to do with any of it. He wasn't involved in any of it. And for whatever the reason may be. And look, I know Trump probably better than anybody, maybe other than himself. I don't know why he has decided to run with that narrative. I think it's a losing narrative. We all know who and what Putin is. We know what Putin is desiring, which is to reestablish the old Soviet Union with himself as the czar. I just don't get why Trump is falling for this.
I mean, because he sees something there in that playbook that he likes. He likes that authoritarian strongman type thing, which is what he's trying to implement here. That's his, I mean, you know him better than I do, but I feel like that's his wet dream, to be a strongman here in the States and just hold power indefinitely. That's what I think. I mean, it's never going to happen because we're going to fight back tooth and nail. The people, we're going to stand up and we're not going to allow that to happen. But I mean, what America are we living in now when we have the leader of the free world siding with dictators time and time again? Time and time again. I mean,
it's crazy. But meanwhile, Putin has literally made a career out of extracting concessions from weak leaders.
That's it.
What possible guarantee or personal favor could Trump have gotten in exchange for that diplomatic slap in the face to Ukraine, which is such a hot button to so many members, including GOP members of his own party?
What does he got on him? What does he got?
Nothing. Nothing.
Time and time again, I've asked this question. Is there some compromise that they have on Trump? What is it that he's looking to gain by siding with Putin? And we talk about the meeting in Alaska. How are you going to broker peace with only one side sitting at the table? That's not how you do
I
it.
don't know. I don't know. I mean, that's why I'm saying what could Trump have gotten in exchange? Let me be clear about this. I know a lot of people turn around and they say, well, Michael, you know all about the P tape and so on. Let me be clear. I would bet the kitchen sink, as I have all this time, there is no P tape. It doesn't exist. It didn't happen. That was just a lie.
Yeah, we would have seen it by now.
Of course. And I've actually tried to find it. I've had people searching for it when I was still part of Trump's orbit. Everyone turned around and acknowledged it doesn't exist. Not to mention, just imagine, and this is Russia, by the way. So assuming that they brought in hookers and they urinated on the bed, the first question that I asked is, where did Trump sleep that night? He's certainly not going to sleep in a urine-soaked bed. That's one. Number two, the next morning, wouldn't housekeeping come in to have to clean that up? Don't you think they'd be on the phone with the Kremlin to say, hey, we got a urine-soaked bed here in the presidential suite. What do we do with it? They'll be like, wait 1 second, we be over there in a minute.
There's got to be something. There's got to be something, right?
It's not this. So I want to know what it is that he's getting in exchange for this beatdown to Ukrainian President Zelensky.
Whether it's financial dealings, I mean, I don't know what was going on with the proposed Trump Tower, Moscow. I mean, there's got to be something that this guy's got on him other than, him just wanting to be Putin and that being his wet dream to be a dictator. I mean, there's
I also don't get it's definitely not the Trump Tower Moscow, because that was my deal. And that deal fell apart even before the election, long time before. And it didn't have to do with Putin, other than that Putin was going to, have to bless the deal. Because anything, but I don't know. Let me ask you this. Is this meeting about weakening Ukraine's negotiating position on the battlefield? Or do you think it's about giving Putin a free hand to rewrite the map of Eastern Europe while America sits back, crosses its arms, and just looks the other way?
He's trying to get as many concessions as he can. You can see the map that Russia draws. Oh, we want to take the Donbass and that entire eastern side of Ukraine. I mean, come on. That would be a non-starter. I know it is a non-starter for Zelensky and the Ukrainian people to give up anything as far as, changing their territory. He wants the same thing. As we said at the top, he wants to reestablish that old Soviet Union. That includes taking all of Ukraine, not just bits and pieces of it, but if he gets concessions, if Trump bends the knee and says, oh, yeah, take this, take that, we're going to recognize your right to the Donbass and Crimea and whatever else. That's the first step. And incrementally, he's going to start taking more. I mean, I've said it time and time again. Ukraine is so important. And we got to stand our ground here. Ukrainians have to stand their ground. We got to support them. I mean, you got Republicans pushing back on Trump and this idea of brokering the peace deal that he was supposed to broker on day one. Remember? Let's not forget that. Oh, I can get a deal on day one. Okay, we're in year 2. And where are we? So,
Marcus, I got to tell you that the first question that I asked you is, what message is this sending to our NATO allies? And I've been very, very crystal clear. I understand.
You can't be counted on.
I understand the former Soviet Union, USSR. In fact, my wife's passport as a baby is from the USSR. She was not Russian. She wasn't Ukrainian. She was Soviet, just like everybody else. Well, because she was Jewish, her nationality was Jewish, not even Soviet. But putting all that aside, we know what this means to that bloc. Because after he would end up taking over Ukraine, what's next?
Poland's next,
of course, and then the Baltics, right? This is the goal, is to reestablish the entire territory, and that's why I was asking you, what message are we sending to our NATO allies that, hell, you're on your own? We're good for you. so long as it has nothing to do with Putin? Is that sort of the message that America wants to give to our Eastern European NATO allies?
I mean, you got Romania and you've got so many other places where we have military bases, and they're looking at us like, okay, we're next on the chopping block here, even if they're not members of NATO, countries that would like to be in NATO. Trump's sending the message that it's open season when it comes to Putin. We can't be relied upon. He doesn't want to be in NATO in the first place. He wants to dissolve the alliance. Let's start there. All the talk about them not paying their fair share, it's nonsense. It's a distraction. He wants to give Putin free rein and let him do whatever he wants to do at the end of the day. And our allies see that. They see that. Yeah, so, I think it's time for the Europeans to step up and do whatever they can to help protect Ukraine.
Which, by the way, they are doing, and they continue to do on a regular basis. They engaged in meetings prior to Trump-Putin summit, right? They are turning around and they are speaking with Zelensky, acknowledging that he is in a very bad position as it relates to obtaining armaments and rockets and defensive missiles, so that they will step up and that they will support it. All that this is doing, all of this nonsense that's going on right now, it just destabilizes America as the superpower of the world, and we're just opening up the floodgate for China to come right in and steal it from us.
That's it. That's exactly what's happening. I mean, they've been making moves for a while. They were hoping that Trump would be reelected because it's spelling our downfall. I mean, again, and I'm so frustrated with it. Are we living in the America that you and I grew up in?
Nope.
Are we living in that America right now?
Nope.
Some say, fascism and authoritarianism is on its way. I think it's already here. Hey, everyone. First of all, thanks for watching. I mean, we're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.